Okay, hey, there we go.
Oh, damn
Yeah, it
it.
was kind of giving me an error. Nah, hey everyone, welcome to the episode of That's All Kayfabe. Me and my buddy Gabe. What are you up to, Gabe?
Drinking my non-fluoride water.
Hell yeah, you keep
Not
telling
a
yourself that.
sponsor.
I'll stick to my Celsius that probably can burn through a car battery.
Man, I remember one time, real quick. My fiance's cousin Gabe, she got like one of these like energy drinks for free, like at like the store she works at. It's like oh vegan, like non-GMO, like gluten free, all whatever free, whatever.
Yeah.
And it was one of the worst fucking things I've ever tasted in my life. It legit looked like you ever see in movies? It's like, oh, I started like a only eat grass diet, and they're like juicing up grass and like how green it is.
Mm-hmm.
It was that color, but it tasted like motor oil.
Oh, I've only
Yeah.
smelt motor oil. I've never,
Well,
I've
here's the
never.
thing, man. As a guy who's drinking it three
Mm-hmm.
times,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
no, I wouldn't recommend it. You think you learn by the second? No.
Yeah. Well, it's still oil. I mean, we eat a lot of oils like seed oils and peanut oils or whatever. So motor oil would be the next evolution. And
Man, if I were to ever hit the lottery, I will buy a lifetime supply of peanut oil, just so I don't have to go to Chick-fil-A anymore. And actually, no, I would still go to Chick-fil-A. Never mind. I just want
you
to cook
should
with peanut oil.
you should buy up all the peanut oil and then tell Chick-fil-A that you'll give it to them if they stay open on Sundays. Sort of like a it's not blackmailing. It's controlling, kind of like what the government does with gasoline. It's not blackmail or monopoly. It's something else.
It's evil.
Yeah, that's
Man,
exactly what
but
it is.
speaking of Chick-fil-A, I did not know that there was a location here that stays open until midnight.
What really? I didn't know that.
Dude, it blew my fucking mind. But it's all the way on the north side. For the two audio listeners that live out of Texas, north side's the rich side.
Yeah, but you would think that'd be well. I don't know. That's odd because I don't know. It would seem wise to have them open to midnight in any location, not necessarily the north side.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it was really weird. Like we drove by, it was like, oh shit, like there's a lot of people over there. And Giselle, my fiance, she Googled it, she's like, dude, it's open. I was like, isn't that like one of the 11 commandments? Thou shall not be open past 10 p.m.
I'd
Like
say
that's kind of hypocritical, no?
if you're open till midnight on Saturday, that's technically Sunday, and that's haram, right? Like you can't do that
Yeah,
shit.
man, that's blasphemous, no? I
That's
don't
like
know.
that's like not wrestling in a full body suit if you're a fucking woman in Saudi Arabia. You can't do that.
Do you remember the one time? Oh yeah, wrestling. That
Yeah.
when WWE was over there in Saudi Arabia, I think they didn't have any women at all, like at the time, like
Yeah, I
wrestling.
remember. Uh-huh.
And then what was it? They were showing a promo for one of the like the SmackDown is coming up, and they show Carmella, but like in her wrestling getup. And you know how like it's like a lot of like cleavage, like exposed, whatever.
Oh yeah.
That a lot of them are like ooh hoot 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 hoot, like like
That's
dude,
the way
like
they cat call over there.
yeah,
Hoot, hoot, hoot,
or
hoot, hoot, hoot.
like in Futurama, whoa.
It sounds like if we were to reverse it, it would be our cat call, like yeah, yep, 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 yep,
Sound like a fucking bird watching and shit.
yeah, yep, 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 yep.
You sound like if you're trying to solve a 1920s noir detective case. Yep, this
Yeah,
ain't
yeah.
things haven't been the same to it.
You better tune me in like the radio and get my frequency. If you
you got
catch my drift.
you got something to play? Oh, I'll say plenty.
You stared at me like a moldy fig. I love those old fucking those hard boiled shit.
Oh shit, dude! The
Uh,
fucking pants are like all the way below their cheeks.
yeah, I love that shit. You wouldn't catch me on the dance floor. I got 2 left feet and they're on backwards.
2 left feet, 1 facing the other way. It's like, wait, so you can dance? Say less, twits. Just fucking bringing them around like this.
Yeah. I love old 1940s wrestling. No, I don't
Man,
know.
I love when it was real wrestling when muscular men were fighting kangaroos and bears and Three Stooges. That was the original elite.
Dude, the original Bullet Club or something.
The original Bullet Club was the fucking Three Stooges.
Well, though there was that point where they had 4, like they had a little time where they had like 4.
Yeah,
So that could
that
have been
they
the elite
switched
original.
out Kurt. No, Larry. I think they switched out Larry with like Shemp. I remember Shemp.
Yeah. There was a weird 4th one that was
Yeah,
like
Shemp was the Adam Page of the Three Stooges.
that makes sense. We're giving them too much credit, the elite.
And are they gonna say the Three Stooges? Oh my god. I'm already crying, man. It's so funny.
That's topical though.
All right, see y'all next week.
Yeah, that was it. That was the news. Now we got a little news here before we get into. I know there was a pay-per-view we just watched. Queen and King and Queen of the Ring 2024, and Double or Nothing is tomorrow as we speak.
Yes, as the day of recording this.
So that's pretty cool. Let's get into a little bit of the news where we talk about that stuff. I have that zoomed out. Let me see. Do. Yeah, no, you need your glasses to read that shit. So,
oh my god, I looked all fucked up, dude, in that face. It's like if I ate something sour.
So, Jim Ross states that AEW's challenge right now is creating new stars. Somebody on that brand has got to get hot, and that's going to be, I think, what they need now is somebody's got to get okay. Is that what he said? Somebody just on that brand has got to get hot, and that's going to be, I think, what they need now is somebody's got to get hot. Okay. I thought he just went for shortness of breath. He looked like he just spent 2 breaths on that sentence.
Nah, it's like he was trying to push everything out in one breath. And then like he took a gasp at the end. Busted Open Radio, that's Bully Ray's, right?
With Mark Henry and David LaGreca, I think his name is.
Sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you listen to it? Is it any good?
I don't listen to it, but I know like I think Thunder Rosa's on it like every now and then too, as like occasional whenever she's like not doing stuff.
She's the champ of Busted Open Radio.
Yeah, when she's the DEI part of it. Oh no, Mark Henry's black, so.
So what's your opinion on this? Do you agree with JR?
It's kind of a weird thing because it's like they've had opportunities for people to get hot and they just kill their vibe. Like there's some that are just injury prone. Like Jamie Hayter was hot. I know she is hot though too,
Yeah.
right? My bad. I didn't mean that, but now I mean that. Wardlow, Swerve is hot, and now at least they're doing something with him. Anyone Jericho has like killed, because Jericho will kill people's buzz when they're like getting hot, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's weird. Like I feel like we're having I had like a deja vu moment right now, like a Vietnam flashback. I felt like we said this before too.
I'm sure we've had.
Yeah, I really
What's his
do
name? The
think
Blackboard Low too.
Powerhouse Hobbs.
There you go. There you go.
Um, this after reading this statement, it makes me miss MJF. That's who I miss the most. I really do miss him. I hope he's okay. I do agree with JR. It's weird because well, it's not weird. Like I agree with what he says, and I agree with what you say. Like someone would get really hot. Like, oh, this is the next big person, and then nothing happens. Like the person that comes to mind for me is Ricky Starks. Because man, dude, I was behind that guy 100%, and then he just hasn't been on TV or anything. Like he's just kind of waiting around. That
Hell yeah.
was badass. And like how you said, they're finally doing something with Swerve. About time, long time overdue. But it seems I feel like we say this like every week. They use the same people every show. They use Orange Cassidy. They use the Elite. They use Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, Chris Jericho has to be on every show. Man, where the fuck is Big Bill? I need Big Bill.
Well, even when Ricky Starks was doing badass, they teamed him up with Big Bill, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, come on, you should have put him on a singles run instead of putting him in a tag team. And then they had the championship, but just barely, right? For like a little bit.
Probably for a couple months. I want to
Like,
say a couple months. And then
barely.
they lost it to. Was it Darby Allin and Sting?
That makes sense. And then they probably retired the belts.
And they retired the belts. And who? Oh my God! Who are the tag champs now? Is it the Young Bucks? Or is it
Yeah,
FT?
they just beat FDR, did they? Yeah, they beat FDR because that's when Jack Perry showed up at that tournament and helped them.
Yes, you are right. They showed up
Because
because of the ladder match. Yes.
Okada is the he's not the what is he, the Intercontinental or the racial?
International.
International, there we go. There we go. Yeah, one of
Oh man.
those belts. There's like 20 something belts.
See, and then that kind of proves our point too. Like with what JR's saying, Okada should be in the main title picture, but you got him like as the main mid card guy, which is absolutely criminal.
No,
Because
it's
that guy's
fucking
an
goofy.
absolute star, man. It's so weird. I mean, it's cool that he's a heel. Like I'm not used to seeing him as a heel. But man, what a downfall for being one of the top stars in New Japan, and then you're gonna come and bring him down to a lower level card because y'all have to be the face of the company behind everything. You know what I mean?
Even I was on board. Look at, and we've talked about it. Like you said, the deja vu. They had chances with Keith Lee when he was hot, when he came over from WWE. Ruby Soho, they had chances. Tony Storm, they're kind of doing something with her, but she had to reinvent her whole fucking gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Thunder Rosa was hot when they first signed her. Who else? I don't know. All those that like came over and were hot, but they just did not do anything with them. They just like let the ember fucking burn, and just let the light go out. Keith Lee, like what the fuck? Where's Keith Lee at?
I know. I think from what I follow him on Twitter or X or whatever. From what I remember saying or seeing, is that he's been having health issues for right now. I remember he was gone for a period of time, and supposedly he was on the brink of like losing his life, but that the doctors helped and that AEW was like really good with him. So I don't know if that's the same issue or if it's like the Ricky Starks thing where it's like they don't know like what's happening with him. Man, oh well, Ruby's. I was gonna say with Ruby Soho, but she's pregnant, so she's out.
Yeah, she's out.
But I'm trying to think of who else in the women's division.
Soraya, they brought her, and they're not really doing anything with her.
She just had a match this past Wednesday, but that was like the first match I've seen her in a long time.
But yeah, they just like they don't do anything with these people that they sign and bring in, you know?
It's a oversaturation of wrestlers, but it's a shame that you're sticking to the ones that could be commercialized. You know what I mean?
Well,
Where oh, go ahead, go ahead.
to me it's like you get a wrestler and you're like, okay, you're cool, you're new, we're pushing you, and then, oh wait, this person just got here, like Mercedes Mone, let's sign her, and then you forget all about that other person that you like spent your time pushing or whoever, you know,
Hmm.
you just, and it kills everyone's buzz. Like, well, what about that other person you were making me trying to like, you know?
That makes me think of Chris Statlander, honestly. Like how you say, because she lost the belt to Willow, right? Nightingale, the TBS championship.
No, she lost it to Julia Hart, and right, and
Yes,
then
and then Willow beat Julia,
mm-hmm,
and then
yeah.
so now Mercedes Monet is gonna, and then like Julia Hart, she fell off. Chris Statlander, she fell off. She's fighting in the pre-shows. Man, it's like yeah, I need I want them to find a plan and stick with it for like pushing the stars. I feel like what I was saying about the commercializing their other wrestlers. It's like I can understand like Orange Cassidy can make you a bunch of money. Darby Allin can make you a bunch of money. I'm pretty sure he's been making them a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
Young Bucks is like they want to be on fucking everything. Chris Jericho with his music. Adam Page because you can make him an action figure, give him a little cowboy hat, you know, dress him up as a little cowboy.
Well, did you
But
see even Britt Baker? She hasn't been on or whatever, and I was reading that they released a figure of her and it sold out like immediately.
yeah, sold out in seconds, and she hasn't been on TV in what over a
Almost
year.
a year, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dude, she's a star. I remember I met her actually at one of the Comic Cons here. It was a big Texas Comic Con, and dude, she had a long fucking line. Actually, I'm looking at the thing I got right now. I can show it. She got me a signature, and I got it. Of
Dang. Like she signed your the thing you put on your teeth so you don't grind when you go to sleep.
oh the veneers. Oh wait, no, that's to
Yeah,
make your
yeah,
teeth clean. No, never
yeah. Like
mind.
your mouthpiece, so you don't.
Man, but it's like they got these people that have all these star power, and it's like they don't take advantage of it, man. I want them to. I do want them to succeed. I honestly do.
Well, and I do have this other just real quick little blurb here that says it's from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. AEW talent are frustrated over the size of the roster, resulting in a lack of ring time and exposure, and that's exactly what we're talking about here. Is there's too many people to give them any time, and then they're giving time to the people that already are kind of over or don't really need the exposure, but they just put them on because they're the friends of Tony Khan, like you said, Orange Cassidy, Chris Jericho, the Young Bucks. You know, the same people
Yeah,
over and over again.
they. I feel like they need to do something with Ring of Honor and monopolize on that, or like try to keep your roster separated. So it's like, oh, you got a star that's hot over here. You know, put them on Ring of Honor, and then have like fucking advertise it better. You know what I mean?
That's what
I
they
feel
need to
like
do.
I
Yeah.
feel like with Ring of Honor especially, I used to love Ring of Honor. Now I don't even know when it comes on. I don't know what channel it comes on if it does, or if it's like another streaming service. It's hard for me to understand what AEW streaming service is. Like I know it's like, oh, you can watch it here, watch it here, watch it over here, watch it over here. Well, as far as like WWE, I feel like I praise WWE too much, but it's like, oh, we're on Peacock. That's it, you know. And then like they do good shit with like advertising their shows, advertising their pay per views. Um, that's what they need to do with Ring of Honor. And I was just thinking too. I don't know who the Ring of Honor champion is.
I think it's Moose, but I don't even really know who that is. Is it Moose? Or
No,
no, I'm
that's
thinking
for
TNA.
TNA.
Okay.
Yes,
No, I have
but
no
Moose
idea
is
who
the
the
champion.
okay. TNA, yeah.
Yeah, who's the Ring of Honor World Champion? Because I remember it was Eddie Kingston, but he just recently lost all of his belts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and plus he's out too with an injury.
Finally, dude, he'd been icing his body up all the time.
Honestly, champion. Let me see. Who is it? Who is it? Wait, no, it's not the Briscoe. Oh wait, is it one of the
Oh
Briscoes?
yeah, he might
Jay
have just
Briscoe?
won the belt. He might have just won the belt. I don't know who he
Uh,
beat.
on the train. Yeah. You know what? I think he beat Eddie Kingston.
Oh, okay, there we go. That makes sense. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
but I was like, man, I feel like they need to advertise it better. You know what I mean? Instead of
What I
like me, I.
Yeah, no, what they should do is well, for one, like we've said, like we never know when you're going to be events on. They need to advertise it better, and I feel like they should leverage AEW like with Ring of Honor, where it's like if they're going to make a deal with a TV company, say, hey, you got to help us put Ring of Honor on too, or something like, or at least the pre-show, let it be Ring of Honor for the pay-per-view, or do a half and half type things. I don't know,
Mhm.
something to have it more exposed, you know.
I know. I I really do want the success for Ring of Honor. Can't remember when Tony Khan announced that he had bought Ring of Honor. It was such a big thing, and now it's like I just forgot he owns it.
Yeah. Yeah, he was
Uh,
saying he was gonna do it right, do right by it and help it, whatever. But he just kind of like has it there on the back burner, and anyone who maybe doesn't feel like they're doing much in whatever he sends them to Ring of Honor to do shit over there.
it says real quick AI overview. As of May 13th, 2024, the current Ring of Honor champions are Mark Briscoe's the Ring of Honor World Champion, who won the title on April 5th, 2024, at Supercard of Honor in Philadelphia, defeating Eddie Kingston. And then the other champions are the TV champion, who's Kyle Fletcher, um, the peer champion, which is Tony Khan's stepson, Wheeler Yuta.
Ah, he's still there. Huh.
Exactly, I forgot he was
Yeah,
around
I thought he
because
was hurt.
um the tag titles belong to the Kingdom. The women's champion is Athena, and the 6-man titles belong to Bullet Club Gold. And that's another person too, Athena. Like she's fucking huge over there in Ring of Honor, and I don't hear anything about Athena. She hasn't been on AEW. If you own both
Yeah,
companies,
yeah, very weird. Well,
they
they already have their big black girl over here on AEW. They don't
is it
need.
Mercedes?
No, she's too thin. She's too thin.
Man, what Ring of Honor needs, they need Big Bill.
Send for the big bill, and they'll drop him in a helicopter like a Resident Evil style
But it's
fucking nemesis.
CCR playing Creedence Clearwater Revival.
No, it plays Tom Sawyer.
Oh, dude, that'd be fucking sick. Hell yeah.
I don't know if they could afford the rights to Tom Sawyer. It's pretty
As
expensive.
PWI is top wrestler of the year, Big Bill. Hey, I see it again.
Here's something random I wanted to show before. Well, since we're still talking about AEW, Dave Meltzer praises the Malachi Black bloodbath segment from last night's AEW. Did you see that bloodbath segment?
Dude, I didn't. I did not see this whole segment. I just saw the memes out of this.
I just saw the memes too. I don't care to watch the whole segment, but here's Dave Meltzer praising it. So that was very well done. He got nailed by that blood. I remember that was one of the great moments in Nitro history when they did that same spot and it just completely missed. One of the all-time great spots. This was the WWE version, the bloodbath that the Brood used to do decades and decades ago. But man, they did not skip on whatever that was they were throwing from the ceiling. There was gallons and gallons. This guy was drenched when it was over. It was unbelievable. This was a well put together stunt.
Okay.
I don't. All I know, I have no idea the context of the bloodbath, other than the memes of him just getting drenched, and it looked like it hurt, like really
I
bad.
know, because you hear that pa, 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 like slapping against the fucking floor and it gets his skin.
Well, it looked like it was coming down power washer, like speed, like
Mm-hmm.
where it would hurt if it hit like your bare foot, let alone like his shoulders or whatever that could have waterboarded him. But
Just like he's gonna start swimming in it like Vince
yeah,
McMahon with the beer. So, oh no.
and then it just looks I don't know, like really dark ketchup, like the ketchup you leave on the not refrigerated, and you leave it
Oh man.
unrefrigerated.
Oh no, I refrigerate my ketchup. That's criminal if you don't.
I if I forget to, but I've been doing that just because I like it cold more.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Cold gang,
Yeah.
cold gang. CK, CK.
I don't know, but whatever. I guess Malachi Black too. I feel like he should be singles instead of triples or whatever they do with him.
Hmm. Well, who knows? Maybe after this Sunday. Well, eventually when we get to it.
The pay per view whatever.
Yes.
Let's see what we
Yes. I
have
forgot. Yeah, he is
next.
fighting. Yes.
Next year on the news. This is breaking from when the May 23rd, so a couple days ago. SummerSlam is coming to Minneapolis, Minnesota for 2 nights on August 1st and 2nd, 2026. Holy shit, that's 2 years from now.
I saw that too. I wonder where they're gonna have it next year.
Do you think Brock Lesnar is going to show up? This is his hometown, right?
He better show up and fucking piss on everybody.
He's going to be eating Jimmy John's while pissing on everybody.
Damn, dude, just chugging like cake stands of water. I want him just like IV bags of water, so that way when he shows up, he just fucking pisses on everybody for both nights, the whole 3 hours or 4 hours, however long it is. But all jokes aside, it's interesting that they made it 2 nights.
Is SummerSlam that popular? I don't remember SummerSlam being. I feel like the Royal Rumble should be 2 nights instead of.
Yeah, like have one Royal Rumble match one night, the other one the next night. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
the women's one night and the men's one night. That makes sense. But SummerSlam, that's kind of a odd thing to do a 2-nighter for. And then does that make WrestleMania? Are they gonna plan to have that shit 3 nights? Like I don't get the thought process here.
My guess is they're giving Minnesota 2 nights for SummerSlam because they weren't the ones to land WrestleMania 41 this year. And so this is a way for WWE to make it up to them, in a sense. Which I don't see a problem with it, but I think it's weird that I don't know. I'll call it an A show. Well, like a pay per view or PLE, whatever they call it now.
Yeah, yeah.
And plus they call it the biggest party of the summer. So I mean, whatever. Like if it's done right, if they add enough matches to cover up for both nights, like I'll be okay with it. The one thing that just makes me upset, I just don't like the logo. I'm more like the nostalgic person, like the blue and the green, like the two S's. I always thought that was super iconic.
Is August summer?
Yes, it's so summer.
Okay, so I'm like SummerSlam in August. I was like, that's a pretty that's knocking on winter's door, like or
No, yeah,
fall.
because fall enters. Fall starts in September.
Okay, okay. I don't. When you think of summer, you think of June and July. I don't think you think of August. Like,
No, SummerSlam was always toward the end of August.
okay, all right.
Yeah, I always remember because growing up, whenever I watched SummerSlam, uh, I'll be at my dad's. He'll buy the pay per view, and then the next day we had to get ready for our first day of school. I'll always remember that, and I always remember like, oh yeah, SummerSlam was good. Oh man, I gotta go back to school, man. This school sucks.
Dude, yeah, I hated school, and then now I wish I would have done more in school, and I hate life now for not
I
doing more
know.
in school.
But then again, I hated life back then too, so nothing much has changed.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. I feel that way
Good,
too.
good times, man.
Uh, what? Yeah, it's just weird that I mean, obviously WWE's planned ahead. This is pretty far planning ahead. They think the world's still gonna be on this, without nuclear war and stuff by 2026. Like,
I know maybe another COVID. I don't know, man. Like they're pretty good at planning shit out, but I guess so far they only plan like, okay, we're gonna have it 2 nights. Like we'll get there when we get there.
yeah, I just feel like with SummerSlam being 2 nights now, WrestleMania's got to be, and WrestleMania's before this, right?
Guess in like April. No, yeah, like March and April.
So I feel like it's got to be even bigger if they're gonna do SummerSlam. You know what I mean? Like they gotta
Mm-hmm.
outdo its own bullshit.
Yeah, I think. Well, I feel like this is going to be the only SummerSlam that's going to be 2 nights because the whole
Mm,
Minnesota versus Las Vegas WrestleMania fiasco. That's my guess.
no, that makes sense. That's a pretty good guess there. I
Oh, thank
just
you. Thank
Yeah, yeah.
you think so?
Oh yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. You
Thanks,
should work. You
Lorenzo.
should work for the Observer. He can observe good things, and then if you're wrong, just say, well,
So I'll be there with binoculars like this. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Speaking of observing, and here's the thing here saying Mercedes Mone says she's the greatest women's wrestler of all time. They haven't really got to see the CEO. They know who Sasha Banks is, but the CEO, Mercedes Mone, is something they've never seen before, and I'm ready to show them. I'm the greatest women's wrestler of all time, 100%. How do you feel about this?
No.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, you know, I could
I
just
don't know.
name.
How long has it been since she's wrestled? Because I remember she fought Willow
Mhm.
in New Japan, All Japan.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, she fought her, and then she broke her ankle. So then she hasn't wrestled since, right? But that was the beginning of this year, last year, end of last year. I don't remember when that was, but like I don't know how long it's been since she's wrestled. She's good at selling. Best of all time. I don't know. I guess if you want to try to bump up your
Ego.
uh your ego, yeah, by all means go for it, man. Whatever you want to do.
As long as Charlotte Flair is on in this timeline,
Hmm.
there's going to be no one better, I think, than Charlotte Flair. Like, it,
Really?
I think so. And you could tell me, like, of course, there's a lot of like, if you're gonna go like four, like
Hmm.
the Mount Rushmore or whatever the fuck. Of course, you got Bailey, who's good. You got Chris Statlander, Jamie Hayter,
Rhea
uh,
Ripley.
Rhea Ripley. But I think Charlotte Flair is the greatest. I really do. Like, I don't know. I call me biased because my niece is named Charlotte. I mean, that's not even her real name,
Aw.
right? I think, is that a real name?
Charlotte?
Yeah, I think
I
that is
think
her
her
real
real
name.
name's Ashley.
There you go. They just named her Charlotte because that's where they're from, right, or something. Charlotte, like North
What?
Carolina.
No.
But I think she's the greatest women's wrestler. I really think she's the one who made everyone kind of take women's wrestling seriously. I mean, you could say who, Molly Holly or Undertaker's wife, Michelle McCool or whatever.
Beth Phoenix.
Yeah, but I think Charlotte Flair is like the one that really like turned everyone around with like, oh shit, she can get everything done.
Yeah. As far as Sasha Banks, Mercedes Monet, I do like her as a wrestler. I'll put her up there with like one of my favorites. But I feel like out of the three, like I feel like Charlotte's in her own league above like Becky, Bailey, and Sasha Banks. But I think out of all the four, I prefer Bailey. Bailey's been my favorite for some time now. Ray
Asuka.
Rip, Asuka's just fucking badass. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it's kind of hard to compete with Asuka too.
Mm-hmm. It really is. Like, and to me, there are people like Asuka and Charlotte that they're almost like the Undertaker, where they don't need a belt to be popular. Like they don't need a championship to
Mm-hmm.
or a motivation like a belt to put on a good match.
Mm-hmm.
Like they could just like be good. And I don't know, Mercedes, I feel like she's nowhere near that. I'm sorry. Like she's pretty to look at. She's a decent wrestler, but I'm never like, oh man, I gotta rewatch that Sasha Banks match. You
I think there's like one or two matches I could go back. That's Sasha Banks, but it's like NXT times, like her against Bailey. That was NXT Brooklyn when they first went to Brooklyn, and then they had their first. I think that was the first time a women's match main evented an NXT show, which was her versus Bailey in an Iron Woman match, which that one was fucking awesome too. But I think as far as like how you say Charlotte, she's like super athletic, like she puts on great matches. I think not to discredit Sasha Banks or Mercedes, I would put her as one of the most influential. Like definitely, like the four horsewomen. Like I feel like they definitely put a step in the right direction for women's wrestling. But like how you said, there's other women wrestlers before that. How do you say that already made that step toward that direction where it's like Trish Stratus, like yes, like she showed up as a fitness model, like she's incredibly fine still to this day, but
hmm
like she worked herself up to be one of the best women wrestlers like of that generation. Her and Lita,
hmm
a good role model for like younger women as well. And then I feel like Beth Phoenix as well, where like she was just like brute strength, like she was fucking badass. She was also good too as well. Where it's not necessarily not saying she's ugly or anything, but it's like her strength outshined her beauty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then you still have like a couple of other wrestlers from I would say like the '90s, like Alundra Blaze, how she was. I feel like also around that time where it was just like mainly like women's wrestling, where at a time where a lot of people didn't know what to think about it
Yeah.
because it was like, oh, like it's this is absolutely mad. Women hitting each other. They should be kissing.
Kissing asses.
So you gotta kiss my ass. Now you gotta get down and bark.
Let's say
Come on out, you rapist!
wow.
Wow.
No, I would say maybe she's in the top 10, maybe. And that's like not my top 10, but I'll say generically speaking, maybe she's in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like you said, like with the list we were going over, those are people that never said they were the best. People just call them the best,
Mm-hmm.
without self proclaiming it. Especially like Charlotte Flair or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Like she's definitely other people's top 10.
Yeah,
Like, and I feel like her name will definitely get brought up like in the in the conversation as well. But all time, I feel like she's just doing it to boost like her character, her ego.
yeah,
But
yeah.
then again,
No,
her character is kind of weird right now because I can't tell if she's a heel or she's a good guy, a heel or a face. I don't know
I
what's
just thought
going
she was
on.
a stripper the way she's dressing. Put on some clothes, you hussy. No, I don't know. you Jezebel. Uh, but speaking of women wrestlers, and I just wanted to bring this up real quick. Liv Morgan opens up on her relationship status. I'm single. I feel like it's like, what are your priorities? Right now, my priorities are not to date, and it's to be the best I can be. I know I'm a little bit selfish with my time right now, and I don't want to give you my time and take away from me. So yeah, obviously, this cancels out anything Mercedes Mone said, because if she's single, I think she's the greatest wrestler of all time. If she has a dude, I'm gonna be like, fuck you. She sucks. don't ever get in the ring again.
He's
But
like,
if
oh,
you're
she's
single,
ugly. Oh,
yeah.
why are you dating ugly chicks? God, dude,
If
people
you're
are fucking
single,
stupid.
I think you're the greatest wrestler of all time. Let me send you all the money in my Bitcoin wallet.
It's like, you're single and you're like pretty hot, so you're like the best.
Yeah.
But her, she has a boyfriend and she's not hot, so she's not like the best.
I don't care if you're Snoop Dogg's cousin. You're not the best. If Liv Morgan's single.
But can you give my number to Snoop Dogg though? Tell him I said like, sup.
Give him my mixtape.
Give him a mixtape.
But before, I don't want to spoil anything about the pay-per-view, but yeah, Liv Morgan, that's cool that she's single. I'll probably like message her nonstop on Instagram now.
Yeah. I'll wait outside of airports.
Well, you were already doing that, so why not wait for her?
Oh, Gabriel.
No, yeah, she's hot. Liv Morgan's hot.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I hope she's having a great day. Well, she is probably. Well, actually, no, she's probably asleep because they're in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, she's on a plane asleep somewhere, heading back
I
over here.
I hope she's getting a good night's rest.
I hope she's fully clothed because she's over there.
And I just don't want her like in danger, bro.
Yeah, man, I do. What was? Oh yeah, speaking of the perverts that we are.
Oh my god.
Speaking of perverts, Mark Henry believes that it is time for Velveteen Dream's second chance.
Ooh, yikes!
I think it's time for his second chance. A lot of people in the world of wrestling love the talent. We're in a cancel culture that is justified as so. We need a cancel culture, but at some point you got to have grace and forgiveness, and you got to see if that person is going to bury themselves again, because habitual line steppers, that's exactly who they are. Once they get that second chance and they're out, I ain't co-signing for you no more, but everybody needs their second chance. So what do you think of Mark Henry's thoughts on the Velveteen Dream?
I don't know, dude. Lately, Mark Henry has been taking L's.
Yeah. He's
been fucking taking L's, dude.
When he talks shit about, what was it, Kyrie Sane and Damage Control for being disrespectful, and you shouldn't be doing that.
The thing is, I'm a man, and I know, like, myself as a professional wrestler, but I'll beat the fuck out of Kyrie Sane if she did that to me. I'll destroy her, even though she's 4 times little than me.
Oh yeah, I'm strong, man. Yeah, I don't know if Velveteen Dream, and I know you might know him a little bit more because he was big in NXT, right? So is he like worth the trouble, the talent?
What a fucking downfall from grace, man. It's just upsetting because he had like this Prince / Goldust gimmick, where he's like very, I don't know, like the lack of a better word, like hetero, like
he's promiscuous.
Like he has different styles. He's very flamboyant, but his talent was crazy good because he was on the revival for not NXT, for Tough Enough when they brought it back for a little bit. When it was Chris Jericho, Paige, and Daniel Bryan, where they were the coaches, and it was hosted by Stone Cold. He was one of the, I think he won it actually. So he got his thing, and he was like an NXT original where he got brought up in NXT. And I thought he was gonna be big, and then he decided to fucking fuck around and talk to kids or talk to underage women. And it's just like, my guy, it's not that hard to like not talk to underage women. Just don't do it. I don't know. I feel like it's common sense.
Or hear me out.
Come on out, you rapist!
Wow. Velveteen Dream. DREAM, yeah. Let me see what his accusations were real quick. Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, because
Accusations.
I never saw him wrestle. He was never in AEW, was he?
No, he was like homegrown in NXT.
Yeah, but he never like showed up in AEW like for a little bit or anything.
Mm-mm. Uh, it says Patrick Clark, known as Velveteen Dream in WWE, was one of many wrestlers named in the Speaking Out movement of 2020, accused of having inappropriate contact with minors. Amidst his allegations were purported nude photographs and suggested questions sent by Clark to younger aspiring wrestlers and fans. Okay, yeah, I do remember this. But it's like, to a sense, it's like, giving people second chances. Like, that's all subjective. You can do whatever you want if you feel like it's right, whatever. But
Yeah, yeah.
on a serious note, it's like victims are victims forever, and
Hmm.
they're gonna have that trauma with them for the rest of their lives. And just because people forgive you for what you did doesn't mean it's gonna clear up the fact that you damaged these people. Like, you damaged these people are victims now because of something you did, and you want to get forgiveness. By all means, people are gonna forgive you. I'm pretty sure people already forgive him. Shit, he was on another wrestling show.
Hmm.
But me personally, it's gonna be a bad look on any company that's gonna sign him.
Yeah, and we've talked about the art and the artists. Like it just depends on the person and if they're really worth it. Because I mean, you could look at we talked about like Michael Jackson, Kanye West, like Ric Flair, like all this stuff that keeps coming
Mm-hmm.
up with Ric Flair. Like
Yep.
he keeps getting canceled every week, and he keeps coming back. So like people are like, well, you can't deny he's fucking 20-time champion or whatever, 16-time world champion. So like, there's some people where it's like, all right, they can almost kind of get away with it.
Do you think it's different because those people, like, compared to Velveteen Dream, like how you say, like Kanye, Michael Jackson, Ric Flair? Do you think it's different because those people actually left a legacy, to
Yeah,
have a legacy?
yeah. Like I feel like there's some things where the art and the artist can be separated, and you can almost like see past it's almost like a balancing game where it has to balance out the bad shit they've done with the creative stuff they've given to the world, and he has not put out more than he's taken, like
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's like he didn't make My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
no. Even you could even look at what's his name, Cash Wheeler, with the
Hmm.
gun charges. That's pretty bad, like for him to have road rage and point a gun at a person allegedly, right?
Hmm.
But the fans are still able to like, nah, we still love you because you're a great fucking wrestler. You know what I mean? Like,
And real quick with Cash Wheeler, it wasn't because he was not guilty. It wasn't because the other person didn't show up, so the case was dropped.
yeah, they just like never cared to show up at the end. So it was never that he was not found not guilty. It was just dismissed.
Hmm.
So it was like, oh, he's
Dismissed.
like,
There you go.
yeah, not guilty. It's like, no one. He just didn't care to like continue the charges, so it was just dismissed.
Yeah,
You know,
and that was like already. Wasn't that the second time that that's happened to Cash Wheeler?
I
Where
don't know
something
about
it was
that.
something with a gun. I feel like that's twice that's happened. Not unless I'm thinking about somebody else. But I want to say like he was in trouble one time, but not because of the road rage incident.
I don't
But
know.
it's like uh like how you're saying you could be a bad person and like have this legacy, whatever. But in the end, it depends on what the vast majority is. Like Kanye, he's gonna have a bunch of like millennial Gen Z fans that are gonna support him no matter what. I have a friend that supports him no matter what. Out of all the dumbass shit he's done.
Hmm.
Uh, like Michael Jackson, like he's the king of pop, but it's like you got all those children that possibly got SA'd but everyone considers him the king of pop. Like, people are crying because he passed away. I think, we mentioned it last week, I believe.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
how you were emotional, and it's like, or like Ric Flair, people are going to support him because he's a 16-time world champion, wheeling dealing son of a gun, always still releasing shit to make himself relevant. He's like a pop culture icon at this point, And no matter all the bad shit like Ric Flair has done, that Michael Jackson has done, Kanye has done, it's still gonna live on forever because of the popularity they had. Compared to Velveteen Dream, I feel like he doesn't have that big following. I feel like he's gonna get canceled no matter what.
Yeah, it's never
Mhm.
gonna that he could never like have as much talent to outshine the shit against him, like
Mhm.
unfortunately, But that's his own
Yeah.
fault too. So
Yeah, it's like it makes me think of like Alberto Del Rio, like how he fell from grace, or especially now like Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle is kind of like falling in the same boat as
mm,
well. And I was like, man, like talented people, and then you can't fucking like keep it in your pants, or you decide you can't like not be an asshole. Like, it's not that hard, bro. It's not that hard.
yeah, no, or like at least wait till you're a little more famous and untouchable to try to start doing things like that.
And I was like, they have guidebooks on this shit.
Oh, Mark Henry. No. Moving on to WWE news. Undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes has been cast in the remake of the classic comedy film Naked Gun. Rhodes' role is described as a cameo. What do you think of this?
Hollywood's running out of ideas. They they shouldn't make a. There's no need for a remake of the Naked Gun, man. I love the Naked Gun in general,
I
and
just
well,
rewatched it.
it's still good, right?
It's like I don't know how long it's been since I'd seen it, but like watching it as an adult, or at least me now, the writing is what like cracked me up. It was just so random. Like, how did this get made? But I don't know. They could have like they didn't need to name it the Naked Gun. They could have named it like, I don't know, unless it's like the Naked Gun and then a sequel, or you
Hmm.
know what I mean, like a
Hmm.
continuation. I don't know about a full on remake.
I don't know. It's gonna be hard to refill Leslie Nielsen's shoes.
Oh yeah,
That's my
yeah.
thing. I fucking love Leslie Nielsen. That dude was fucking funny.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious.
I always quote his scene from Airplane, I think it is. So
Mhm.
surely you must be mistaken. Oh, I'm not mistaken. And don't call me Shirley.
No, he's hilarious, and to have his role as a cameo. I mean, I just watched the first one again. They had a lot of cameos, like from whoever was like pop culture in at that moment, like a lot of
Mhm.
baseball players. They had like a opera singer. They had Dr. Joyce Brothers, like a lot of like 80s, late 80s, whatever was going on at the moment cameo,
Mhm.
So yeah, I can see them doing cameos now of whoever's hot.
I gotta rewatch it because I don't remember any of the cameos in that movie. But then again, I saw it when I was a kid. I still thought it was funny when I was a kid.
Yeah, yeah, you'll
Oh
find it.
man.
That's what I like about movies like that, or The Mask, where you laugh at them as a kid, but then as an adult, like it's the jokes are like different, but they're still funny.
Hmm. One of my favorite things, one of my favorite fucking scenes from The Naked Gun was they were trying to find a bomb in the envelope. Do you remember? It was like at an award show, right? That the villain, whoever it was, they put a bomb inside of the envelope, like to announce like the winner for one of the of like the ceremony, or like it was kind of like an Oscars, right?
Hmm.
So Leslie Nielsen goes, wait, he's all, don't open that. And then so he goes up there, he's talking to the mic, he opens it up, he's all, it's the bomb. And then there's like a crowd that stands up, like if they won, like, yeah, we won, yeah. Like if they had something called the bomb. And like they're shaking hands and everybody hugging each other.
Yeah, I love those. I don't know. Those movies do need to come back though. Those like
Oh man, yeah, it's
parodies,
like
but
who writes this shit, man? It's so great.
but yeah, Cody Rhodes would be good. He could be a Homelander or
hmm
something. But on to our pay per view of the day because it just showed earlier. This is from Italian
Nice.
Fight Sports. That's all I could find the thing for. Where we had King and Queen of the Ring live in where's it at? I don't remember where it was in
It's
Saudi.
Jeddah, right? In Jeddah,
Was it Jeddah?
yeah, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
That's pretty cool. I hear they have nice beaches, but they just treat their women like shit.
Yeah,
But I know the opening match, and this was like the pre-match, right? Was the Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus let me see if I can magnify here. Okay.
cool.
Versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. What did you think of this match?
So I'm gonna be honest with you. By the time I turned on my TV, this match was halfway over. The one thing I'm happy about is not only Indy Hartwell is getting some shine, but also Candice LeRae. I am a big fan of Candice LeRae, and she's just so tiny, but she's like one of those agile wrestlers that can do a bunch of stuff, and she can sell the shit out of anything. She needs more time. That I want her to have like more TV time because she's just great in general. From the match. Before we start, what's your opinion? How do you feel about the start time for us in the U.S.?
When did this start at 12:30? Well,
It's
because the pre-show was like 2 hours long, so it really started because
at 10.
when I turned on the TV at 11, it was already an hour into the pre-show. So
Damn.
I was like, okay, this is about to start. But then it was like one more hour left of the pre-show, and I was like, oh shit! So they got a 2 hour long pre-show. But I liked it. It was a comfortable time for
hmm
the pay-per-view. You know, like
Yeah, it started over here, like in Texas, started at 12
yeah,
noon.
the main
And
the main card.
it's just so weird like that starting at that time. I'm still not used to it, but I mean, it's cool for international fans. I don't mind.
It's just
Uh,
weird. It's just weird that I don't mind it starting at that time, but you're watching it and it's at night. Like on TV, it's night. You know, so
yeah.
that's a weird feeling. Like
What you call it? Another note that I made here was that I noticed that there were actually had women sitting in the front row section. Like I was like, oh, times are changing because I know it sounds goofy, but it's crazy because I remember when they first went over there. I don't know, you remember hearing, but they only had men in like the camera section,
I
and
can
then
believe it.
in like the 200-300 section, like way up top, they had only for the families, like the women that went with like their kids or their husbands. And then like behind the camera was like a women's only section, so that way they were off camera.
As it should be. No, no, I believe it. I believe it. It's weird that we're seeing it kind of like change in real time,
Mm-hmm.
but I felt like what was I thinking? Oh, we'll get into it later on, but no, it's just weird. What I thought weird, not really that. What I noticed were like the bodysuits that the women had,
Mm-hmm.
like fucking Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill. I thought they looked fucking hotter in the
Oh,
bodysuit
dude!
than it.
Oh my god, man! I was sweating.
Dude, to me, I'm like, how do you not think this is haram or whatever it is against their religion?
Mm-hmm.
Them in bodysuits, because like this is getting me just as horny as them in their regular tights. Like, how
No,
is this a better alternative?
no,
Or
they
like
look great, and same thing with Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. They look hot too.
when Becky Lynch came out, I thought she was gonna do a promo. I was like, "Oh, that's her fucking wrestling outfit." I
Yeah, I
thought
was
it
like,
was
oh,
too.
I think with that one, someone said that was her Peaky Blinders get up. By now, I
Uh,
don't know what Peaky Blinders is. I was like, oh,
it's like a 1940s TV show, I think. Or
is it? It looked cool. I was a
yeah,
fan of it, But
She just needed the hat, like the smooth criminal hat or something, you know.
I think she did have it when
Oh,
she
did
came
she?
out. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But back to like the women thing, I was like, oh, cool. Like times are changing slowly but surely. Because I know there was a bunch of wrestlers when they first started going to Saudi Arabia, they refused to go. So it's like obviously Sami Zayn was one of them. Daniel Bryan was also one of them. John Cena was one of them too. I still think John Cena didn't go until recently, and same thing with
That
Sami
piece of
Zayn
shit.
as well. I know
John
how
Cena, that piece of
selfish.
shit. How un-American of him to not go to Saudi Arabia. That piece of shit.
But the only note I took from this match was the ending of the match because the finisher, their tag finisher they did was fucking badass. Do you remember it?
No, what was it?
So Bianca grabbed Candice, tossed her up to um to Jade, and Jade Cargill grabbed her by the waist in like a wheelbarrow position, and then fucking Bianca grabbed Candice in a DDT position, gave a DDT, got her feet up, and like kicked her off, and then went to like a fucking German suplex.
Damn. No, I didn't even see that.
Oh man, I don't know. I should have sent you the quick clip, but someone made a gif of it, and it was pretty fucking killer. Like it looks so smooth, especially since Candice is like a tiny person too, so she just like flew all over the place. It was badass.
All I got from this match, because I just kept like the whole idea that Bianca Belair, is the first one in, and they're keeping her in there, and she's like, I guess supposed to be the weaker of the two, because she's the one. She'll end up getting the hot tag to Jade Cargill, and Jade Cargill come in and just tear everyone apart.
Yeah.
But I can't believe that because I'm like, Bianca Belair's a strong ass woman.
Yeah, we
herself.
seen what she could do. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I just don't find this believable where she's like the weaker of the two. I feel like they're equal in stats.
Also, I feel like Jade Cargill is getting more comfortable
Yeah.
in like her performance, which is fucking awesome, which is good for her. It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Like I said, it felt quick, but then again, I started the pre-show kind of late, and it was already midway through the match.
And like I said, those bodysuits, like I think I'd prefer them now over their regular tights. Like I don't know. They're just, to me, they're hotter than just the tights. What was after that? Was
The
it the
next match
women's world
was
title?
yes, it was Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan.
And
But
yeah, their bodysuits. Well, I like the black girls' bodysuits more, but these bodysuits were all right too.
yeah, they both look good. Check. They worked pretty well together. Another thing I noticed is that like right away this crowd was fucking hot. Like they were just like chanting for everything. I thought this match was pretty okay. Not like in a negative way. There wasn't really anything bad, but I don't say there was really anything great about it either. Did you have any notes from this match?
I just didn't like the finish. I mean, I don't mind Liv Morgan winning. I just thought it was weird that, of course, I get the storyline, Dominic coming out, putting the chair, and I just don't like the way it turned out where like Liv DDTs her on there, and then she gets up immediately to the ropes for Liv Morgan to do her finisher. So it's like, oh, you get up right after getting the chair, DDT chair, like you should be down, but whatever.
That makes sense.
That's my gripe, I guess.
Yeah. No, I agree. I feel like maybe after she did the DDT, she should have gone for the pin.
Yeah.
And then maybe Becky could have kicked out and then like try to get up on the ropes and then she would have won for her finisher.
Or they could have had where, Dom's like gonna swing the chair. I don't know how they would distract the ref, but Dom's gonna swing the chair on the side, and Liv reverses Rhea and hits her on the side, and she's hanging on the ropes, and then she gets the finisher. I don't know. I feel like there's better ways they could have done it. I just didn't agree with Liv's finisher, but I'm glad she won you know, because that gives Becky time to do her book thing or
dude,
to
I
take
know,
a break.
man. It blows my mind how much Dominic looks like Eddie Guerrero. Like, I'm just like, dude, he looks just like him from the fucking 90s. Like real weddle Eddie Guerrero with the pencil thin mustache and everything.
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, I gotta do double take sometimes, man. I was like, this shit looks crazy.
I mean, he could be his son. It could be like some Walking Dead shit where, oh man, Eddie, we thought you were dead when you took your mask off, you know, or Ray. That's what I mean, Ray, not Eddie. But
I'm happy. I really wanted Liv Morgan to win. I'm glad she did win. The one thing I did like was later on during the show that Becky actually renounced her rematch clause. That she's like, oh, like I want it tomorrow. Oh shit, I dropped my pen. Oh, whatever. I want it tomorrow night or like on Monday. And it's weird because you never hear them like, oh, I'm gonna reinstate my rematch clause like as soon as possible. Like knowing like the fans aren't dumb anymore. I don't know. That's what I liked about it. But it was a good match. They worked well together. It wasn't anything like to get like super hot about, but it was nothing bad about it either. Just except like how you said for the ending.
yeah, no, it was a good match. And then for it to switch the title and everyone, like you said, was real pumped up for it, so it was good.
Yeah.
And she's single, Liv Morgan, so I want her to keep winning.
I know. It's like she deserves to win, and I hope she has a great day because she's my favorite wrestler.
Was this the next one, the Sami Zayn?
Yes.
Okay.
Chad Gable versus Sami Zayn versus Bronson Reed for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, this I was thinking like I heard everyone cheering for Sami Zayn, and I'm just assuming that whoever they catch cheering for Sami Zayn's not going to show up at the next pay-per-view, if you know what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
That they're gonna massacre them.
You're gonna behead them.
Zayn, yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's cool that he could go back to Saudi Arabia because I guess of like their, political reasons. I don't know too much about it.
Is it just me, or does Sami Zayn's song sound kind of like Liv Morgan's song?
I think it's just you.
It's just me, maybe.
I don't know because I was thinking too, dude. I love Sami Zayn's theme song. Theme song.
Yeah, I think it's all right. It's not. I'm not feeling it, but I could feel it
You
with his
don't.
character.
You don't like Rubik fish. You don't like aquabats. You don't like less than Jake.
No, I don't.
Pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up. Up, 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 up.
Is that the same band that does the Malcolm in the Middle theme song?
Yeah, it's the Proclaimers. No, never mind. I'm thinking of something. Never mind. That joke was going way too fucking long. I got scared during this match because I thought Chad Gable hurt his fucking knee for a brief second.
I got pissed immediately at this match when they wouldn't bring out what's her name, when he sent her back and she looked fucking hot in her bodysuit.
I didn't see that because I went to the restroom. What happened?
Oh, you didn't see what's her name? That's with Chad
Maxine?
Gable and Otis. Dude, she came out in her bodysuit and they were just at the very top, and he was telling her to go back because she didn't help him like last time cheat, and she was in her bodysuit and you didn't get to see like anything, but she looked hot in her bodysuit. I was like, God, I wanted to see
Oh
her
no,
in her
I
fucking
didn't. I
bodysuit.
did not see that. No, I was in the restroom at the time.
Man, oh, you were still recovering from the Bianca Belair and bodysuit.
Look up body.
Yeah, Maxine Dupree bodysuit. It's a bunch of Maxes.
Yeah, because there was that spot when Bronson Reed had Chad Gable in like the Dragon Sleeper, or like if he was going for the Crossroads, and then he fucking slammed Sami Zayn on top of him. Do you remember that spot?
I think I do.
But when Sami fell, he landed completely on Gable's knee, and Gable went to his knee. I was like, oh fuck! Like, don't tell me he's hurt. But that was like at the beginning of the match. So, but then like Chad Gable looked fine, so I was like, oh, thank God, I didn't want him to get hurt or anything.
No, it was a pretty good match. I liked the Otis thing on the outside. That was pretty predictable, but I like Otis.
Man, I wish COVID never happened so Otis could have gotten his big spot when he fucking kissed Mandy Rose. Do you remember?
I know he won Money in the Bank, right?
Yeah, he won Money in the Bank, but it makes me think that Otis was robbed of like that big moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where because when he kissed, I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, like he got Mandy Rose, whatever. And I'm gonna be so happy when he finally gets it when he turns on Chad Gable, and then the crowd just goes absolutely crazy. That's gonna warm my heart. That's what I'm ready for.
Man, we could have had instead of COVID, we could have had Otis versus McIntyre at a WrestleMania.
Dude, at Clash of the Castle. One note that I took, I am a fucking big fan of like how the bigger men are like super athletic. I love like when Bronson Reed could like just suicide dive or like just do a backflip off the top rope, a moonsault here and there. Man, it makes me think of like Keith Lee. It makes me think of Dijak, Wardlow. Like, dude, I am just a fucking fan of that shit. Give me more of that, man. Big meat man slapping meat. Biggie was right. Oh god,
No,
I miss Biggie.
It was a good match. I still want Gable to win, even though he's a heel. I still want him to like. I don't know. I like his heel. I like heel Gable. You know.
I know, man. I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of him. I've always been a fan of him too. And maybe at Clash of the Castle, maybe at SummerSlam. I feel like it is gonna happen this year, though.
Yeah. No, I'm a fan. Yeah, it was a good match though.
Yeah, as much as I love Sami Zayn, he could drop the title, but it's okay because people are still going to cheer for Sami Zayn either way.
And then Bronson Reed was just there to take the pin, right? I think he's the one that took the Lula kick in there. So.
Yeah, but I mean, props to Bronson Reed. He shined in this match. I really liked it too.
Yeah. Next, I think was the Queen of the Ring match.
Yes, it was the Queen of the Ring finals between Lyra Valkyria versus Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, there was no way that girl was gonna beat Nia Jax. I'm sorry. She's just too big.
Let me tell you, man. Two things. It's like ever since Valkyria showed up on the main roster, I have been cheering for her. Like, I just want the best for her. I just love her as a wrestler. I like her in the new NXT 2.0. I thought she was great in there. And I was very surprised that she was able to. Who was it that she pinned? She beat Becky Lynch and who else? And Io Sky, like to make it to the finals.
Damn.
I know. So they probably got big plans for her. And I thought she was great in this match. I was rooting for her the whole time. But I'm not going to also let that take away from Nia Jax. Because ever since Nia Jax came back last year, this year, I don't know, whenever she got re-signed.
I think the beginning of this year, maybe.
She's been on such a tear, dude. She's been getting so much better in the ring.
Yeah,
she was great in this match. It fucking cracked me up when she tried to go for like the sit down on the apron. She just goes, "Ow, that hurt."
I was wanting her to say my hole. I was like, "Oh,
dude, I was waiting for her to say that. But I was like, "Okay, I'll take that." My hole. But she just seems like without my voice cracking, she seems like a very like nice person, like in general, like very friendly, like backstage. So like I'll like root for her as well. But
just here of her doing the finishing move.
Oh, man.
Obviously paying attention to Sammy.
There goes her ovaries or whatever.
Dude, what a badass. Just like arms crossed. She's like, yeah, I fucking sealed the deal on this shit.
Cracked me up too. I was like, whoa, Nia Jax in a bodysuit. That's different.
Oh
He's
man,
like, I
dude,
got a million bodysuits.
dude, this fucking this spot right here scared the shit out of me though. It kind of caught me off guard.
Dude, she landed on her heart. I mean, it looked good, but it looked like holy shit, you know.
I kind of laughed at Valkyria's legs, like they just fucking like swung out after she sat on her. It looked kind of cartoonish, but it did look like it. Well, obviously it did hurt. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, it had to hurt. She's got to have like a butt-shaped bruise right there now.
It's like who was it that sat on Squidward when they got off of Squidward? He has like the two butt cheeks on his face.
I don't know.
Was it Bubble Bass?
Yeah.
I don't. No. Was it Bubble Bass? I don't remember. But I am surprised too because I thought this match was going to be the weakest on the whole card. It was actually surprisingly very well.
You're right. You're right too. That I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of what could have been the weak. All these matches were pretty good. If I had to pick the weakest, it'd probably be like the triple threat, and that's me not even talking shit about it. Like
It's just like if I had to be like really, really, really picky.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's me saying like the worst of the best. You know, like
Yeah.
yeah, I would say that was the weakest match, but it wasn't even like that bad. But that's good. So Nia Jax wins a chance at what belt?
I think it's any of the women's championship, but I believe she's going toward Bailey's.
Okay, that's gonna be
Because I
pretty
think,
good.
oh yes, it has to be Bailey because she's on SmackDown. Because
Okay.
Laya, she's on Raw.
Hmm.
Yeah, which makes sense because, well, like going to our the next match I had, well, on the card, it was Gunther versus Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, wait, oh man, well, we could talk about it. Eventually, in the end, Gunther won the match. He's king of the ring. And they showed on Twitter that he's gonna face against Cody, I'm assuming, right? At SummerSlam.
I don't know why I thought it was for the other. Who has the other championship?
No. I'm sorry. Gunther's on Raw.
who beat Seth Rollins?
McIntyre, but then he lost
Damian
to
Priest.
Priest.
Damian
Yes.
Priest. Yeah, it said that he was gonna face Damian Priest for his
Uh-huh.
belt, and
Yes.
I was like, huh. I wonder. I was like, they must have bigger plans for Cody or something if he's facing for the Damian Priest belt. But
I was thinking the exact same thing too. But I don't know. Maybe they're gonna go with like, well, I don't want to say Damian Priest is gonna lose it against Drew McIntyre.
that would suck. Well, I don't know.
I don't know, cause my thing, maybe if CM Punk does get better, they're eventually gonna have CM Punk versus McIntyre at SummerSlam.
And that doesn't need a title. That can
Nah,
just be
I don't think it needs the title. I think Gunther's gonna fight Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's my guess.
Okay. It's funny we're not even talking about this match, but I feel like Damian Priest has to. I want him not to lose, but he's got to lose against Gunther,
I
right?
know, man. I'm the same. I'm the same fucking way because I want Gunther to be like this badass where he's like the actual like final boss, kind of like Roman Reigns status, like for a bit. But I really like Damian Priest too, and it's like I want the best for Damian Priest because he's very good at what he does. I feel like he hasn't put on a boring match or anything. But man, dude, I just love Gunther. I love how he
But
beats the shit out of people.
but then it's also heel versus heel, no? Because isn't Damian Priest a heel? Because he's got
Yes.
so he's got to either turn babyface or Gunther's got to turn babyface if they're gonna have fucking Judgment Day interfere with. Because I could see Gunther losing if Judgment Day Rowdy interferes.
My guess is because who did Damian Priest beat at the last pay-per-view? He beat Jey Uso. And you remember like JD McDonough and Finn Balor started beating up Jay and
He
Damian
didn't want
separated
them.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he didn't want them to help him.
I feel like eventually that's gonna lead up to Damian Priest's face turn. And my guess is that Finn Balor is going to turn on Damian Priest, and that's going to lead to a match with them. So maybe that's going to be the face versus heel dynamic between Gunther and Damian Priest.
Yeah, there's going to be something maybe where you have the Imperium and Judgment Day, and maybe fucking Damian Priest is like, I'll send my people away if you send your guys away, and everyone just leaves and it's a one-on-one, you know?
Yeah, I think so too. But back to this match. I enjoyed this match. It just sucks because of the ending. Do you
Trying to
remember
remember.
like his shoulder was up?
Oh yeah, I heard the fucking commentary saying I need to see that from another angle, and I don't know why. I didn't really think anything of it because I like Gunther. I don't really care if he I don't think he even means to win in a shitty way. But I don't know. To me, I just wonder where that's gonna go if that was planned. The shoulder
Yeah,
just being down. What scared me about this match is when he slipped on the rope that first time he went up to the top
yes,
ropes.
I
That
do remember
scared me.
that.
I was like, oh God, like that scared the fuck out of me. That was the only
Fuck,
thing I really
fucking
remember.
Randy Orton selling too, dude. Like when he was selling his back, that shit was scaring the fuck out of me.
Though also, Randy Orton's entrance was like it played his song like 2 or 3 times. Like,
Yeah, it did. I remember I got up to take a piss, and then I got up to put towels in the washer, and then I put my dishes up,
uh-huh.
and I was like, "Holy shit! This match is still going." I was like, "This entrance is still going on." Huh? Look at this.
Dude, his entrance took forever, and Gunther's was like, he just came out, got in the ring, that's it. But then Randy Orton like did 2 laps around the ring, got inside, was on the ropes, and while they were even announcing the challengers, it was still playing, I think.
Dude, yeah, it was going on for a fucking long time. Um, it blew my mind that Gunther won with a roll up pin.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I
That
mean,
was kind of weird, but I feel like that was intentional,
yeah.
and I also felt like that was supposed to be the end of the match because I don't know if you remember or if you caught it. The ref was pinning like uh when he kicked out the RKO, and then Randy's like there holding his shoulder, and then he gets up for the roll up pin, but like his shoulders up, like the ref's pinning, but then he goes to the other side where he sees like the shoulder clearly on the floor on the mat, and then he
Uh-huh.
counts to 3 and then rings it. Whereas for like to get out of the side of the other shoulder, like being up.
Yeah. Out of his view or whatever.
Yeah.
I just kind of wonder why they did that for. I mean, I guess to protect Randy Orton, like as far as the pin goes, but Randy Orton doesn't really need that kind of. He can like lose and still be, especially to Gunther, you know.
He has the Undertaker status. He doesn't need the championship to be relevant.
Yeah, but I could see it being like an unclean finish with someone else, but Gunther. I mean, come on, like did you see that chop or whatever he did? It just fucking bruised him all rowdy.
Like the first one he gave,
Yeah,
and it was like all just welted up completely there on his chest. I'm like, oh my god,
like a tuberculosis test or something like the day after.
tuberculosis.
No, that was it was a good match though.
Hell yeah, dude. I had high expectations for this match, and it delivered. Oh, motherfucker! It delivered as I thought it was. For audio listeners only, I knocked my camera over because I'm
Oh
fucking
yeah,
dumb.
it's hilarious. No, it's
There you go.
hilarious.
That works just fine. All
Classic
all
humor.
all my Nintendo Switches, my Switch games, holding up my iPad fell over.
But yeah, no, it was a good match. I'm glad Gunther won as he should, and I'm glad he's gonna fight for a belt whenever he does. You know, he deserves a belt.
I want him to have that belt for a very long time.
And lastly, here, the undisputed WWE title match: Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul.
Yes.
I think this match was so much better than Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles.
Really?
I think so. I remember that was me like, because I'm not going to compare this obviously to like the other matches because it's the main event or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But comparing it to like his last match and how didn't they give it like 5 stars? I think right. The
Yeah.
Observer.
So, but that's what I'm thinking too. There's no way this match was 5 stars, and 5 is like the best of all time. So,
I think to me as a watcher of matches, I was bored with the AJ Styles one. Not that it
Mhm.
wasn't a good match, but in comparison to this one, I think this one was better. That's just me. Like I feel like Cody hit more of his spots better. Logan Paul was great. He keeps surprising me.
Mhm.
And it also I kept thinking about that table and how who the fuck built the the fucking table this time because it would not break when Randy Orton kept throwing fucking Gunther on it, and
Oh yes.
whenever Logan Paul got thrown on it, I was like, who the fuck? Someone was there building it. Man, this is real flimsy. I gotta make it fucking strong.
They did one of those things that every guy does after they built the table. They shake it real hard. Yep, that
Yeah,
ain't going anywhere.
the Saudi Arabians were like, why is this table so flimsy? I'm gonna use some fucking camel glue or some shit.
They're putting a bottle of water on there. They're like making sure the table doesn't fucking break because of the bottled water.
Hey, my friend, your table's very flimsy. Let me make sure it doesn't fall for you.
I need to go back and watch the Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles match. I said I was. I haven't gone back to watch it.
That's my opinion. I feel like this one was more exciting compared to the
Mhm.
other one.
I
And
think this one. I think I felt different with this one because of the crowd. I felt like the crowd was getting a little bit tired at the end of this one. Where you got the France one where the camera's fucking shaking and like everyone's jumping. You know what I mean?
oh, dude, that France crowd was like that. I
Man.
don't know. It was hard to grade matches with that crowd because they were pumped from beginning to end, like with
Huh.
everything. You know?
Dude, I know. And then I could tell there was just like a little bit of fatigue at the end of this pay per view or PLE. Especially the one note I had here too, that fucking 8K camera shot that they did when Logan Paul was standing on the top turnbuckle.
Yeah,
That was crazy.
yeah. They had some pretty damn good shots in this. The angles, like you said, that one where he's on the top turnbuckle, and you
Hmm.
got like a football type camera, like just floating like around him.
It was like an 8K camera just spinning, and there was like no camera cuts or anything. Just one full shot spun around him. Logan Paul jumps off, frog splash through the announcer's table, and it was just all one shot. And it wasn't like the fucking 20 camera cuts with as soon as he impacts, the fucking camera like zooms in like all fucking rowdy, like Kevin
Those,
Dunn usually does.
those Saudi military drones, they didn't fucking skip any sort of expense for this shit.
Fucking Logan Paul goes for the frog splash, but they realized he was in military air, so they fucking shot him down real quick.
All the rest of their bodies are too overheated, and the missiles can't home in on
And
anyone.
they're just fucking going around
Yeah,
like a cartoon.
yeah.
Man, but that 8K camera shot, that shit blew my fucking mind. Another thing that blows my mind is how good of a frog splash Logan Paul gives.
Yeah, yeah.
And I want to hate him because I know he's a piece of shit, man.
But see, that's what makes him. It's like all the years of him being a piece of shit have made it so good to where now that he's a wrestler and he's like so good, it plays into his character. So like
Mm-hmm.
it's like serendipitous, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
it's so fucking great to where it's like, man, this guy is fucking good, and I love how much I hate him. It's almost like if I were a kid right now, he would. Well, kids love Logan Paul. That's the wrong example, but it's almost as if he's like our generation of our Kurt Angle, to where
Mm-hmm.
like I hated him so much as a kid, but I didn't realize how good he was. You know, like back
Yeah.
then.
He's probably Logan Paul's probably thinking, Ben, I used to be an asshole. Everyone hated me, but now I'm an asshole. Like everybody likes me, bro. Like
Yeah.
I could make money off of this,
This
bro.
actually benefits me being an asshole. Yeah.
With the fucking the stupid alien hat from Toy Story. Just
No, it works so well for his character, like that. It's almost like the end of that scene in fucking The Boys with Homelander, like doing that bad shit, and everyone's cheering, and he's like,
all right.
yeah, it's crazy. I don't know, like,
And plus, the thing that blew my mind too was that Cody did a fucking vertebraker. Do you remember that spot?
oh yeah, but didn't he get out of it though? Did,
Uh,
did Logan Paul
no,
get out of it?
the referee was knocked out,
Oh, okay.
so he went for the pin, but like he went to go wake up the ref and then turn around and Logan Paul ended up like giving him a low blow.
And then he
And
gave
so,
him the crossroads too, right?
yeah, but dude, I was surprised it did that fucking vertebraker, and it looked nasty. Like how, well, from like the camera view that we saw, was that we assumed that he got spiked on his head because he just saw him like with his legs up for like a good 2 seconds and then collapse.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh shit. I was gonna say, man, what did they call that movie in fucking Ring of Honor? Shit. Oh, do you remember? Do you know that wrestler Homicide? He was with the original LAX.
Vaguely, that name sounds familiar.
Well, he did the vertebraker, but it was called the Cop Killer.
Oh, hey, yeah, that's.
So legit, when he did it, I thought they were gonna say fucking Cop Killer like on TV.
I mean, they could say that in Saudi Arabia. I'm sure they get away with
Oh
that.
man, they're gonna say American Journalist Killer. Oh my god! And then they're just throwing fucking LAX up sign like that. Oh,
No,
man.
this was a good match. Like I said, I feel like it was better than him and AJ Styles, just because it had more like exciting spots, and then more like gimmick type. Oh, here's this weasel with the brass knucks. He's getting it from his friend. Like, I don't know. I felt like it was more exciting.
And also too, um, the one thing that warmed my heart was that Corey Graves was sticking up for Michael Cole. Do you remember that?
Yeah, when he went over there to like, I was hoping that because what's his name? Michael Cole had the brass knuckles, right? The other ones. I was hoping he would get into it and he would hit Logan Paul at some point when the ref didn't see him. I was hoping
dude, could you imagine Logan Paul versus Michael Cole WrestleMania would be huge, man. Take all of my money. 5 stars.
I was hoping that's what I thought was going to happen when he got too close to him over there, that he was going to do that, and that was going to like help kind of even the odds because Cody got hit with the knucks too.
The one thing I was just kind of like, okay, that was kind of weird, was when that special guest ring announcer was the one that stopped.
Oh yeah,
Logan. I still don't know who he was. Do you know who that guy was? I know he was like the special guest ring announcer, but I don't know what his.
They said he was a famous actor and comedian over there in
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what they said, and that was pretty gimmicky, but I guess
I'd let it
understand
pass.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Oh well, Cody won. I think it's funny because he used 3 crossroads to fucking kill Logan Paul. Well, not kill, but like to beat him. Whereas AJ Styles, I think he only did it once. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Like this match, it was good. It was a good main event, and like I said, the crowd, like you said, they tired a little bit out, but they were pretty pumped the whole night. Unlike fucking Backlash, where they were just like to level like decibels the whole fucking night, but
Man, I gotta go back and watch that one. I
feel
need
like
to.
this was short and sweet, and it was just like a good match. And even like I said, the women matches were fucking great, and those outfits on them made them even sexier to me than like Sky Blue being half naked or whatever the other guy was all about. Like,
Oh
no,
my god.
put on these tight outfits again. I'm down. I'm fucking down.
Yeah, it was nothing offensive about it. It was pretty solid. I think I rated like a solid. How many American journalist killings out of 10 would you rate this? I think I'll give it like a solid 8.
Yeah, I'd say 8. I give it an 8 just because I don't know. Like I said, the weakest match maybe was the triple threat, but
Mm-hmm.
that's not saying it a bad thing. I'm just not big for Sami Zayn being a champion.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's cool as the comic relief or when he's doing like shit.
Oh, like with the bloodline.
When he did the Bloodline or the Jackass, even the Jackass stuff, I really liked.
Ah, dude, that shit was awesome. I would
Eh,
still go back to that match and watch it from how like hyped it got me.
yeah, even that was like funny. Even though it was like bullshit, it was still a good match to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I like his underdog story, but I don't think he needs to like be a champion. He could just be like a good guy. Like I don't know, it's weird.
No, I totally understand. Uh, I have one of my friends is messaging me right now because he didn't see it live, and I told him, hey, just be careful with that ending for the King of the Ring match. Like it's gonna be kind of weird or controversial. He's all, oh, I guess I could assume that. He goes, I guess I could kind of assume that there's an interference, right? And I'm like, just watch it. He goes, man, dude, that's fucking bullshit. Like he's upset because the shoulder was up.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
messaging me right now. That shit's fucking funny.
Yeah, if you're just listening, we're just watching Gunther saying Gunther's King of the Ring, and he's just breakdancing as the winner's dead.
We're assuming he's dancing to a $1 million baby because that's the trend right now.
Let me see. So I think he's just dancing to the Streets of Rage music from Sega.
Hell yeah, dude, that's just fucking awesome.
If I had to guess, yeah, I love that. It's a good soundtrack.
Oh nah, dude, it's fucking one of the best ones. One of the best soundtracks ever.
Mm-hmm. Up there with DuckTales from NES.
Ooh, the meme one, the To the Moon, I think that's what it's
Yeah,
called.
yeah, yeah.
That one, and I would also put the Mega Man
Man,
Storm Eagle. That one's fucking fire.
you're right. Mega Man's fucking hype ass music.
Hell yeah. I'll listen to that. I need to make a playlist of all like my video game music.
Well, we have here, moving over to the other promotion, AEW.
Oh
And we just
no.
and we could just go over this real quick because I know,
poor people don't like AEW.
I
Oh
know,
no.
I know poor people aren't gonna really get to see this, but we'll take a look at it. And it looks like a big ass card, so we'll just go over a rematch real quick. This is going on Sunday, right? As we're talking, so it's
Yes.
gonna be on the 26th of May.
Yes.
Let me magnify. Here we go. Okay, so let me start from. Let me go right to left, like any manga reader would.
Oh, thank God, man.
Yeah, because we're
It's
a bunch of.
appropriate because Takesha's there.
We have Timeless Tony Storm versus Serena Deeb for the AEW Women's World Championship.
Are you still behind Tony Storm?
I still like her. I don't know. I don't think she needs to be the champion anymore to like be over.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of like other women that could do something. Like I feel like she should be the TBS champion and not the world champion. If that makes sense.
Because I haven't, to be honest with you, I haven't kept up with AEW in a long time, except for the highlights. Like I just watched the highlights like on Twitter.
Yeah.
Are fans really that behind her because of the gimmick?
I think she's the only thing over, especially with her sidekick there. That's kind of like her.
Oh, the Butcher.
No, that chick who's like her past self, and
Oh, Mariah May?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they've been doing a lot of like girly kissy stuff.
Uh-huh.
So that's like what the fans like. I know I like when women kiss and fondle each other, but
No,
that's
yeah.
just me,
Understandable. Yeah.
I don't know how Serena Deeb got to be the number one contender on this pay-per-view. I don't mind her. I just don't think she'll win,
I don't think she'll win either. But I'm just because I know a lot of people are hot for Tony Storm, but just from like a casual viewer, I don't understand the gimmick. I don't know. Maybe it's just me and like
Yeah.
myself because I know it's supposed to be like noir-ish. Like,
Yeah.
is she supposed to be like a comedic character as well?
It comes off as that, but I don't think so.
Oh,
She's
okay,
playing it.
okay.
She's playing it very straight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's despite her kissing a lot of women, but I don't know. It just seems comedic because a lot of things seem comedic from AEW. Oh Jesus!
Oh, bless you.
I'm drunk. No.
Yeah, but hopefully for this pay-per-view, well, like how I was telling you earlier, that I'm actually gonna watch it tomorrow. So I want to have high hopes. Well, no, medium set hopes for this pay-per-view.
I'm about to say you gotta like have your piss bag next to you so you can pee in a cup or whatever.
Oh, I got 3 right here. They're all filled.
Yeah. Next year going IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Eliminator match, Jon Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita.
Hell yeah, that sounds like it's gonna be fun.
I just think it's weird that there's an Anarchy in the UK match and Jon Moxley isn't in it. I bet you he's like, why aren't I in this?
He's squeaking out. He's already busted open.
I need my music to play over and over again in the
Is
arena.
an eliminator match? Isn't Moxley the
That's what it says.
IWGP?
It says right here, NGP World Heavyweight Championship.
An eliminator match. Why is he part of it though? I don't know. Maybe they'll explain the rules like when it comes to it.
Hopefully.
But I love Takeshita. I think he's really good. It's crazy for me to think like there's this YouTuber that I watch. He's like this British guy that lives in Japan. Like, oh, these are like all the quirky stuff like in Japan, whatever. But like I lived here for like 5 years. And he was there observing DDT Pro Wrestling. And Takeshita was the one who told him about like he interviewed Takeshita, but like before he came to AEW, and he was like, yeah, like DDT, like wrestling is like art, like very respectful about it, and he's trying to teach wrestling like to this YouTuber, and he's like giving like body slams and chops and everything, just like fucking him up. It's so funny. And then right after the video got released, Takeshita got brought over to the US to be part of AEW. But he seems like a very swell guy, like super humble and everything. I'm just like, man, I just want nothing but the best for him.
Yeah, I know we had looked at that like interview, I think, of it, and it was him just wanting like a better like spot, right? Or like to get more TV time. Was that him?
Yeah, that he said he wasn't having fun.
Yeah,
as far as like being ever since he arrived to the US. I'm like, man, dude, that fucking sucks. That's upsetting.
Yeah, that's sad. It makes me sad. Triple threat for the FTW championship, the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho versus Hook versus Katsuri Shibata.
It kind of annoys me that Chris Jericho's the only one smiling.
I hope he loses. I mean, really, I look at these two like badass talents, and they got to deal with Chris Jericho. God, dude.
I just want it to be Hook and Shibata, man. I don't want fucking Jericho in there.
Yeah.
It's getting to a point where I'm like, man, dude, I'm just over Jericho now.
Yeah, I mean, he has to insert himself all the time with these like young kids and rising talents, and
Their learning tree. They're so dumb.
Oh, this one's smaller, right? Yeah, okay. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta.
Trent's a heel now, right?
Yeah, he turned on the friends, the best friends, or the
Yeah, and
friends.
then there was like a medical thing with Chuck Taylor, no?
I don't recall.
Yeah, then now with Chuck Taylor that I think he like has to retire from wrestling.
Really?
If I remember correctly, like it was something that happened like after Trent had turned on them. Let me see. Chuck Taylor wrestler injury. This is on Reddit. Oh my gosh, take me to Reddit. All it says is that Chuck Taylor is legitimately injured with the belief that this is likely career ending.
Dang. That's what they get for having all those like parking lot rental real glass bullshit.
Let me see. I am on WrestleInc.com. Yeah, because he had the parking lot brawl. That was his last match. And then I don't know if he got injured at that match. AEW star Chuck Taylor has only wrestled one match in 2024, that being the parking lot fight against his former best friend Trent Beretta. At the end of that match, Beretta brutally attacked Taylor's already injured ankle, leading to Orange Cassidy announcing to the crowd that on May 1st edition, on the May 1st edition of AEW Dynamite, that Taylor will never wrestle again. While some people speculated that this is an angle to eventually lead to a rematch between the two, the injury is not only legitimate, but so is that the idea is that Taylor may never wrestle again. The belief, according to the newsletter, the belief is that Taylor is done with wrestling. On May 8th edition of AEW, Excalibur explained that Taylor's fractured ankle has caused bone necrosis. Necrosis?
It's a cool finishing move, bone necrosis.
Right. That's like the cop killer, right? And fragments are now underneath his cartilage. The report notes that superstar Billy Graham had the same issue of bones dying in his ankle and hip. The reported note is that the AEW roster is full of people who have been medically retired in the past, like Adam Copeland, Bryan Danielson, Shibata, and more, but that even if Taylor had successful surgery on his ankle, he still might not be able to come back. Taylor has been a member of the AEW roster since 2019, where he and Beretta wrestled. Okay, blah blah blah, all the other stuff. And this is according to Wrestle Inc.
Gotta give the people what they want. That's
Right.
terrible.
I know that's sad, man.
It
It's
just
crazy how
zooms in on his ankle.
right.
Poor
That's
guy.
it.
I don't know. Whatever. I mean, I guess they can turn that into an angle. Someone's ankle being terribly diseased and unable to heal. But we'll see.
Trent Beretta right there. He looks like a mixture of Miro and Jason Statham.
He just looks like he's gonna lose real quick. I don't know. Like,
You think
what is
so?
he's gonna get a code orange and orange punch, and then that's it, right?
Oh, Code Orange. I love that band. That's a real thing, right? Code Orange. Like that's
I
like code
think
for like I don't know what the code is.
that's whenever the Vietnamese were attacking the U.S. and we had to use it to burn their jungles down, poison them.
Oh, damn, that's
Yeah,
hardcore.
yeah. That's Orange Cassidy in his heel face.
It is your face.
Next year, and I don't know if these are in the order. I'm assuming they're in this order, right? I'm just guessing. AEW International Championship, Roderick Strong versus Will Ospreay.
That hurts my fingers.
That's why he's a wrestler. That's why he's an athlete.
That's why he's Australian. That sounds like it's gonna kick ass. Will Ospreay's great. Roderick Strong. I love Roderick Strong and how he breaks everybody's back.
I kind of like Roderick Strong as a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Will Ospreay is good. He's very good. I don't know why he's challenging for these like middle belts when he could do the main event, right?
Yeah.
And then also I don't know why he's donated to Soft Uganda Wrestling, and they still have yet to get a ring from what I've seen that update.
Oh yeah, because they have their wrestling match, right? Like
they
for the
had a
championship.
match. They had a match with someone there. Was it Will Ospreay or some white dude?
It was just a white dude. They said it was Will Ospreay. It just looked like him.
Yeah, but they still don't have a ring. Yeah,
Lord
exactly.
White, man. Lord White's
Dude,
crazy.
It's all a scheme. But
Wait,
whatever.
real quick.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what championship belt does Okada have? I thought he had international, but Roderick Strong has the international.
Maybe he has a Ring of Honor belt. Let me see.
I think so.
What belt does Okada have? AEW. The Continental Champion?
What the fuck? Like, what is that?
Wait, so what? Wait,
What
where am
is
I
a
at?
Continental Championship?
Hold on, I'm losing track.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
He has the International Championship. Okay, so what belt does Roderick Strong have? What belt does Roderick Strong have?
Let me see.
The current
International.
international champion.
Hold on. I need to look up what belts. Let me see. AEW Championship belts. It's not a belt. It's a championship. 8 prestigious championships. I don't know prestigious, but okay. Oh my god. Why can't it just give me a list? Okay. The AEW World Championship, the AEW International Championship, the TNT Championship, the Continental Championship, the FTW Championship, the World Tag Team Championship, the Trios Championship, the Women's World Championship, and then the TBS Championship.
So those are two different belts, huh? The international and the continental.
Yeah, I guess so. They need to update this because it says Samoa Joe's still the champion.
Oh well. Jeez, it's too many fucking belts.
Boys will be boys.
Not enough pants. Too many belts.
Nice.
Next year, TNT Championship barbed wire steel cage match. Adam Copeland, the champion, versus Malachi Black.
I want this to be the match of the night.
I hope none of them get hurt if it's a barbed wire steel cage match.
As long as they both have fun.
Yeah. I don't think they needed to gimmick the match. I think it could have been a good match without barbed wire steel cage, but okay.
We'll see how it goes. I say I do want this to be match of the night, but I just wanted to go with like an open mind. I love both of these wrestlers. Whoever wins, that's perfectly fine. That's all I can really say about it. I really wonder why it's a barbed wire steel cage match though.
Yeah, I don't know why they need to gimmick it, but they could have just made it I don't know, whatever. We'll see. Next year, Anarchy in the Arena, the Elite versus FTR, Darby Allin, and Bryan Danielson.
I am so fucking worried about Darby Allin. I think he's gonna set himself on fire. That is honestly my concern. I think he's going to fucking set himself on fire.
I believe it. I do believe it.
I want this to be the order. How we're reading it, I want this to be the order of the matches that happen. Or you know what? Switch Mercedes Mone and Anarchy in Arena because I think it'll be weird to have a barbed wire steel cage match and then Anarchy in Arena right after. Like 2 weapons matches.
Dude, I don't know how they are gonna coordinate the way these matches are, because you want to have like your women's match because it's kind of the main event, right? It's Mercedes Mone. You want to be fair by putting them like at the end or closer to the end, but then everyone's gonna be tired out as fuck from these other two gimmicky matches, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like that crowd's gonna be dead, or they're gonna be literally dead after those two matches, you know.
Mm-hmm. Ah, man. And it's like, I don't want those matches to cause the crowd to be dead because I want the best for like the main event match, which is Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage. You know what I mean?
Well, even for the women though too, like I want them like this. I'm not big on Willow Nightingale or even Mercedes, but I would hate for them to make. I would hate for the crowd to not be alive during this, and then it makes like all the women matches look bad, or all the
Mm-hmm.
women, talent, and it's like,
And plus, like the overhypeness
mm-hmm,
too for Mercedes Mone
mm-hmm,
from when y'all signed her. I agree with you. I hope it doesn't come up like that.
yeah,
But it's like I feel like too. It's like the pacing of these matches. Uh, you know how like right after a match finishes, they're like, okay, well we'll show you the promo for the next match, and then they show the promo, and then it automatically goes to the next match. Like there's no backstage segments, there's no commercials, there's no advertising for the next pay per view. Like it's just like fucking like let's keep going, let's keep going. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. There's no breaks. There's no intermissions. You know.
That's what they need. Like let people go take a piss break, let people get food. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah, and
let catch their breath.
then like this isn't like the fucking what did we just watch? Not
King and
back.
Queen of the Ring.
Not like King Queen of the Ring where it was just like 5 matches. This is fucking what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches.
9 matches. That's low for AEW.
So
You
I'm
see.
I'm just tripping out like um how tired the crowd's gonna be when you finally get to Anarchy in the Arena,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're like pretty much on life support there, and then you got to deal with the real two main events, you know.
I think too they probably shot themselves in the foot with the star-studded card that they have, because what I'm assuming from looking at this is there's no pre-show matches.
You never know. There might be a pre-show a battle royale
Uh-huh.
to
Yeah,
just add more people, you know.
yeah, like tonight's Collision,
Mm-hmm,
right? Was what I'm assuming they're gonna have Collision,
mm-hmm.
and they might add a pre-show match to to Double or Nothing tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So, and it's like if you look at this card too, it's like who would you move to the pre-show? It's like I feel like Moxley's too much of a star. You got Chris Jericho who probably refuses to be in a pre-show. Uh, from what I'm assuming is that Tony Storm, she's like one of the bigger stars too, but you have her way at the bottom of your regular card.
That's the
Like they can
women's championship that
exactly like
you have first.
it's
You have the women's the TBS championship on the main event instead
like
of
I
the
was
women's champion.
like if you had to pick 2 matches, maybe Orange Cassidy and Trent. Like maybe that should open up the pay per view because I don't know like why that's gonna be like on the higher position
Yeah. No,
than the women's championship.
I could see the Trent Beretta Orange Cassidy being the pre-opener as well as maybe the FTW one.
I'm thinking that too, and it's like saying that, but I'm saying that only because of Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Like if it was just Hook and Shibata, I would keep it where it's at or put it higher on the card,
Yeah.
like somewhere toward the middle.
Yeah. I
Oh
don't know.
man, it's weird, man. Like I well, the way I think about it too, it's making me think back to like 2016 WWE, where it's like shitty pay per views, but like you have a match that would open and it's fire, and then you have the next couple of matches which are like the lack of a better word, like bathroom breaks, or they're like they're okay matches.
Mm-hmm.
And then the top of the hour, you have another big match, same thing, and then you have your main event. Which, I guess it's like a good breather way, but now I feel like I'm spoiled to the fact where it's like, oh, dude, a 5-match card where all the matches are great. That's easy to do. And then you have a bunch of advertising and promos in between. It'll give me time to go take a piss, go to the restroom, buy merch, whatever, or just check my phone. You know what I mean?
No, this is, I don't know. Well, I mean, you're gonna watch it, so I'm sure I'll see you live tweeting it about
Yeah.
like or that was cool, or this is awesome, and then it's like, man, I'm exhausted.
It's just like, damn, bro. It's been 81 years.
It's been 83 weeks. I know.
It's been what a week since you looked at me.
But yeah, no, that concludes pretty much what we're gonna look at. I mean, we got botches and stuff, so when I got definitely look at that. I might even have news on here. Let me see. Here we go. With some botches. Here's Randy Orton's back and leg after Gunther is done with him.
I ain't gonna bang it on. If it don't fall off the bone, it's free.
Make it top. Make it top. Make it top.
What is that chick doing? Like,
So if you're just listening, we're just seeing a turkey leg, the meat just completely fall off of the bone.
Do you like turkey legs?
Yeah. Oh, like, I know when they would have them at like Fiesta or something, or like at some sort of event, they're fucking good, but like they got to be big, like those like circus turkey leg type shits, you know? Yeah, those are good.
Never had one.
They're good. It just depends if you're really into turkey, but yeah, I could go for like a turkey leg whenever it's like at a festival or like a carnival or something.
Yeah, because like how we have Fiesta here. Every time I went, I would never get a turkey leg because I don't know why. It was just when I was younger, it looked unappetizing. I would just get a hot dog. But then again, I feel like it's more like unnutritious than a fucking turkey leg.
No, turkey legs are good. I prefer it over like chicken on a stick or something.
Oh yeah. Plus, not everything's overpriced too.
Oh yeah, everything's fucking Biden's economy.
I know. Thanks a lot, Obama.
I swear. Oh, I have here article. Darby Allin says he barely got medically cleared for Double or Nothing, and his motivation to come back so early. I still don't know what's going on. I haven't bumped. I haven't ran the ropes. I have a limp. My nose is killing me. I got medically cleared. All right, cool. I don't have to do any of these tests. I called my nose doctor in Atlanta and my foot doctor in California, and everything was good to go. They told me to be careful. They don't know anything about wrestling. If I showed them a clip of Anarchy in the arena, they'd probably shift things. The mental pain of sitting by and watching these shows, knowing I couldn't do anything to be a part of them, it was killing me. If I have 1% chance to be there on Sunday, that's all I need.
When did he come out with the flamethrower?
I think on Wednesday.
Oh, this past Wednesday? Oh,
yeah,
okay. I did not know that.
I don't know how Adam Cole and Eddie Kingston are still hurt, and this guy's literally been through like so many things, and he's cleared to wrestle.
That I don't know, man. I should have sent it to you, but he was talking about his spot that he did with Sting's last match when he jumped off the ladder and fell through the glass. He said, "Oh, that actually didn't hurt." It's like, "Oh, like I'm fine," and then the guy was like, "No, you have a hole in your back." He goes, "Oh, I feel fine."
Like, wasn't that hole already there?
Yeah. He's like, "Oh shit, I made a fourth one."
Damn it! Well, I guess patch me up. No, I don't know.
Just Gorilla Glue that back together. Hold it for like 15 seconds.
Yeah, get some duct tape.
Ugh.
Here's a stunner into a torture rack. Let's see.
What the fuck?
Into like a power bomb type thing. This looks like it was reversed or something.
I think I would like it more if he did it like comedic jumping.
Like overselling.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Good old Crash Bandicoot.
Oh man,
Sting's son Stephen Borden is training to be a wrestler now, and is staying in a tent at Darby Allin's house. He just confirmed with this photo. Okay, there's a tent.
Wow.
Why is he living in a tent outside of Darby Allin's house?
Is it can you train me to wrestle? Yeah, man, I can do that. Can I stay in your house? No.
No, what if he's like, yeah, you can stay in my house, and you look and there's just like rakes everywhere and tables that you can trip over and banana peels.
Fucking like fucking 100 or 200 mouse traps set up everywhere, all facing the front door.
There's pianos and safes hanging like like dangling from the ceiling.
He's like, yeah, man, come on in. And Steve steps like things, and then a fucking hammer swings down and
this whole house is just Home Alone booby trap.
He's there tapping the doorknob, making sure he doesn't get fucking shocked.
all the toasters right next to the fucking bathtub.
The bathtubs and everything. Oh my god. It's like, can I make some toast? Yeah, the toaster's right there. There's already a fork sticking out like outside of it and everything.
Fucking Darby Allin. He's Murphy's Law. Darby's Law.
My god. Man, I'm all gassy right now. Holy shit.
Man, I love that feeling. What do I have here? Yeah. This one just as fuck.
Super
Oh,
oh my god, I hate that shit, man. I hate wrestling like this.
So if you're just listening, there was a superplex off of like a painter's
like scaffolding.
A scaffolding, like at least 2 stories or 2 layers high, 3 layers high, and they suplexed onto a ring of barbed wire that was like spider webbed into the ring, and doesn't look like, I don't know, it doesn't look worth it at all.
It doesn't, man. And then, like they bounce off of it like it's a trampoline too. Like, yeah, there's no give to that shit, man. I don't get it. I don't get like death wrestling or death matches.
I get the spots that like show, you know, like a fluorescent bulb, how it explodes, and it's like, oh, it sounds pretty rowdy.
Mm-hmm.
But shit like this, where it's like, okay, you're feeling it, but it doesn't even look equally as bad as how it depicts itself, you know?
It's like, I'll see spots like this, like on like YouTube highlight videos and everything. My thing is, did they set that up during the match, or was that there before this event started?
Yeah, who the fuck sets that shit up? Jesus.
I don't know, man. I don't get it. I honestly don't.
Here's something from AEW. Let's see.
You begged us to make you care, so we just gave you exactly what you asked for. You see, it's the
Somebody yelled out, "Who wrote this shit?"
Who wrote that shit? Oh my god, that shit fucking echoed.
You see, it's the cat. You see, it's the cat.
Oh my god.
Man, and they used to be like badass heels, these guys. Mm-hmm. The Bang Bang gang.
The Bang Bang motorcycle club gang.
When they were part of the Big Bang Theory, the Big Bang gang.
The Big Bang Bang Theory, McGang Bang. Okay.
Yeah, sure, Anna. What do I have here? Let's see. Oh, Dad, why is my sister's name Roses? Because your mother loves roses. Thanks, Dad. No problem, Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley.
I don't know why these random things pop up on my feed.
Oh
That
my
was pretty funny,
god,
though.
dude! I love Bobby Lashley. Where is Bobby
Dude.
Lashley?
He probably lost one of the King of the Ring qualifiers, right? He had
No,
to.
he's injured.
Is he?
He had to pull out of one of the. He had to pull out of the King of the Ring tournament.
Oh, I bet he's got to pull out a lot of
No, he pulled out of the King of the Ring tournament, and he got replaced with Angelo Dawkins. Yeah, and I forgot who Dawkins fought. I think he fought Tama Tonga.
Oh, Tama Tonga.
Oh, that little rascal.
Oh, here's Darby Allin and Jack Perry preview of Anarchy in the Arena, and it's just
my god.
It's a lot of fire. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's gonna get set on fire.
Oh man, I don't think I'm ready for that. Like,
if he comes out like in a random suit, one of those fire suits, or like a, like kind of like when was it when Randy Orton did like that fire match with
the Fiend?
The Fiend, he wore a hoodie or something. So like when they're gonna get set on fire because they're wearing like an outfit that's like indicative of them.
Man.
They don't usually wear.
I'm gonna call it out if it happens, man. It's like, oh my god, he's gonna set himself on fucking fire.
Yeah, you're gonna know when he comes out that you're like, no man, he's wearing something like a suit that basically, what a surprise! Oh my god.
I want him to come out in an all chainmail suit, and then they do the pyro effects where lightning strikes him.
Even before the match starts.
Before the match starts. Oh no! What's this?
Holy shit!
Holy shit! Holy
shit! I'm sorry, like
needed.
On my end, it's like super choppy. Like,
oh really? Shit.
Yeah, but it's the air horn. It's the Canadian Destroyer though, right through the table and glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw this on Twitter. I fucking hate the air horn shit, dude.
Air horn.
I'll be like, bro, can you stop that? I'd rather have the glass in my eye than an air horn in my ear.
Here's a headline I saw here. Perry Saturn is doing well these days. That's it. That's all this is.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all this is.
Is that Perry Saturn?
Yeah, but
he looks like a fucking Steiner brother.
I think he's doing well because it says he's doing well these days.
It's just like, golly, I hope Perry Saturn's doing well these days. Oh, thank God. He's doing these days.
Yeah, no, that was interesting.
Oh man, thank God.
Here's a clip of Mark Henry. Let's listen to what he has to say here. Let me see.
Trouble and they sent me to Canada. I got in trouble and they sent me to Canada because I threatened to kill Shawn Michaels and the entire clique. They hit. I thought that. I thought it was them. Oh, I meant that. I meant it. But I found out later on it was Paul Bearer who hit my crutches. And I blamed it on Sean now because they came up. Yeah, hey man, they hit your crutches. What happened? And I was like, man, you too small to be talking to me.
Dude, the thing that kills me is like what Undertaker said. He says it all nonchalantly. You just see Undertaker go, like just.
He's trying not to corpse or anything.
Just such a straight face and just. Oh man!
And they're like nonchalant, like, nah, for real. I was gonna kill them because I thought they hit my crutches. It was Paul Bearer.
Oh my God!
Hopefully AEW re-signs Mark Henry. No, I don't know.
It's time for the main event. Did they stop doing that?
I'm pretty sure they still do it, but did you see there was like news that his contract was up with AEW?
Yeah, it was coming up or something like that.
I was like, no, they're gonna lose a talent. Oh no.
So you're like, oh no.
He's really been putting over all the wrestlers with his hatred.
His hatred toward Oriental women and tiny women. I think it's just women in general, right?
Yeah, he's like fuck Asian women, but let's bring back the Velveteen Dream. I believe in forgiveness.
I believe in forgiveness. Like licking out barbecue sauce off his fingers.
Here's the last thing I got here. This is Laugh My Ass Off. Who did this? Oh, custody of Dominic ladder match. That's what we're building up to.
Oh my god. Where the fuck is? Wait, no, who's gonna say it? Oh shit! I'm trying to think of a fucking who could be who. It's like, where the fuck is Finn?
Yeah.
God damn it, where the fuck is Finn?
Where the fuck is Damien? Where the fuck is Finn?
Where the fuck
Where
is
are they?
Damien? And then fucking Damien's just like, oh, I'm coming.
He comes like, yeah, like
like this. Ooh, missed my cue. Whoopsie.
this ladder's too heavy.
I don't want to carry it.
My nails aren't done yet. They're not dry.
It's that they're drying.
My nails aren't dry yet.
And then he pushes it. He grabs the ladder, but he pushes it like that.
Oh man, that's wrestling though. That would work. That would really work.
I love it 100%, man. I love it.
Well, yeah, that's another episode. The books, y'all. Thank you all for listening. What do you guys say to the people, Gabe?
First off, happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody. Just be safe, barbecue, just enjoy the time off y'all get this weekend. Hopefully tomorrow I do get to, well, no, actually I am going to watch Double or Nothing tomorrow. Hopefully I get to live tweet that. But, that was badass.
Hell yeah.
But other than that, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that fun stuff. Make sure you hit the notification bell for new videos. Like, it all supports the channel.
Hell yeah. Thank you all for listening and for watching. And we'll see y'all next week with, I don't know, other news and stuff. Take care.
Later, guys.
Later.